we're all sort of concerned about people, and we're concerned about the planet, and we're concerned about, the politics, whether you're in America or some other country, it doesn't matter. It's an interesting times around politics right now, but especially in America. And a lot of us feel really heavy and hopeless. When we're having issues around that, we get concerned, we get worried. And I also wondered, how many of us are feeling a little bit of hopelessness, because so many people aren't really looking at climate change and what can we do. And then in our own personal lives, whether it's a health issue, a family, or how am I going to afford rent now that it's gotten so crazy. So there's this feeling of heaviness and hopelessness, because especially when I look at something like climate change or, war, altercations, wars, etc. that are happening, we can get lost in hopelessness when we begin to look out there and see everything that's happening. And then we don't have peace from that in our own home, whether it's through getting aggravated with a friend or a spouse or a parent, or whether it's the fact that in our home we have a health issue and everything else going on around. It just feels so overwhelming. The truth is, we do not have to be hopeless. And that when we feel that hopelessness, that's the key for us to go inside. When we feel hopeless about whatever it is, national, international, or in our home, or in our body, when we feel out of control, when we don't think that we can make a difference, and when we look at this world and we wonder, what the heck? How long can we go this way? When's it all going to end? And how's it going to end? And when we look at that and we feel those feelings, it's those feelings coming to us and allowing us to give them peace. And how do we do that? Because I cannot myself stop a war, whether it's on my continent or your continent or on an island somewhere. The hopeless feeling that we have is when we are looking at reality around us, but we're looking through our awareness as a mind. We look around and we think, gosh, the politics are crazy, planet's crazy, people are crazy, what are we going to do? And it feels overwhelming. But believe it or not, we're on the verge of a shift in consciousness. And what it looks like is exactly what it looks like in our world. When we're on the precipice of a shift in consciousness, the evolution of humanity is happening. And it looks exactly like our world right now. So though we do not like everything that we see, it is as it is. And as it is when the world is about to change. And we've got some time. And if you're on this planet right now, then you're a part of this consciousness and its evolution. Humanity has evolved so far with its body, and so far with its control. And what we're looking at today isn't just what we have created in the last 50 years. It's the culmination of an era, and we're about to shift. And so as we look at this chaos, this is exactly what it looks like before the opportunity is available for us to become aware that we create the reality we live in with our beliefs and our thoughts. And never before have we been so close to that awareness across the planet. More people are open. More people feel. More people are speaking from their hearts. And that happens as the chaos has gotten stronger and the confusion. And our awareness of it is because of our technology and connection, that we can see something that's far away. And it's going to take strong individual leadership. So you are being called to tap into you for individual leadership. Because it will not be our leaders that change this world. We've all seen through them. It is the individual leadership of each person and how that affects our planet and our lives and our personal life. So it's not just what we're seeing that's external to our own bodies, but where inside of our own bodies are we experiencing rejection, confliction, conflict inside of ourselves, or our body needs healing in some way. We don't need to feel hopeless. It's okay that hopelessness shows up at our door, because that is our key to shifting from looking out there and moving into here and creating this world. So let's take the time to dive in together. And as we feel our own breath coming into our nose, and we're breathing in. And let's just breathe together for just a little bit. And it seems so small in a way to focus on the breath. How can me paying attention to my inhale make a difference? Because it slows down the mind. Because the energy that was focused on fear and hopelessness is shifted to focus on the breath. And you are not just helping. You are the universe embodied. This is not past your capacity. You are here for such a time as this, because you wanted to be here at this point in the evolution of our planet, because you're an individual leader. And we're going to dive into how that is. So as we are breathing in, and just notice your own focus as you leave the thoughts of everything we pulled up and the hopelessness and the fear, and we move away from those thoughts. Notice how it feels to shift your focus from thinking to breathing. And we'll not always focus on our breathing, because that'll become rhythmic as we do this. Because let's take the time to give ourselves and our planet an evolutionary boost. So feel what it feels like to move your thinking or your focus from your thinking and place it on feeling and sensing your inhale. And there's nothing particularly special about that. It's just the awareness that you can move your thinking, move your focus from your thinking to your breath. And when you're not feeding the energy of that thought, your energy begins to be applied to another aspect of the being that you are. And the nice feature about thinking or focusing, gosh, that word is stuck in there, isn't it? And maybe, you know what? It's just to remind us that focus isn't thinking. There's a difference. Applying your energy to that focus. Feeling the coolness of the air as it comes in your nose. Goes down into your lungs. And allow that focus to follow the breath down into your lungs. And notice how that feels. And just naturally your breath takes a different rhythm. Isn't it interesting that the breath changes its rhythm when your focus isn't on thinking? Just automatically changes. And we're just slowing down everything. And as we enter our lungs and sense into this space, we feel our heartbeat. Become aware of our bodies. Because when our focus is on thinking, we don't tend to notice our bodies. We might have a thought about our body, but we're not really noticing our body. And a thought about your body is not the same as your body. It's just like a map isn't the territory. And as we take the time to notice our heartbeat and our breath with our focus, let's notice the energy that's in our body. With your eyes closed, can you sense your hand or your foot? And we begin to notice that if we chose, we could focus on just one cell of our body. And which cell are you more? Are you more one cell than another? Or are you a collection of all these cells? And though we may not see it with our eyes, our body is in rotation and vibration. There's a nucleus of the cell, and our atoms are spinning. And so many atoms are spinning at the same time. Which one are you? Which of these atoms, which of these nucleuses are you? Or are you the space in which they all exist? Because each one is you. Each one is vibrating and moving, and you can kind of feel that. Let your focus feel the vibration of your body, the vibration of your cells. And that's a whole different space. Maybe the hairs on your arm are starting to stand up a little bit as you feel these vibrations. So your body, even at rest, is in constant motion. And here we are breathing, hearing our heartbeat, aware that every cell in our body is moving. And yet, nothing's falling out of our body. How's that possible? How is it that an entirely spinning body doesn't fly apart? How does the blood stay in the veins when it's all vibrating? And we open ourselves to the influx of our own loving energy. So in our heart space, you might notice a strong centered vibration. Wherever you feel the most centered you, move your focus to that point. The most centered you. And how in the world do we focus in the midst of a body that's in constant motion? See, we don't recognize reality. We've only seen our thoughts. Reality is constantly vibrating, constantly moving. And if you wonder if it's true, look at your own body. But look at it through the sensing and feeling sensations. So in that place you feel the most you. Take your focus there. Observe it for just a second. Notice it. And then merge. Take your focus into the area that you feel is the most you. And in that centered, still space, we're reminded of how we exist in a world just like how we exist in a body. In that centered space that's most you, nestle into it. Feel what that feels like. Enter its stillness. It's quiet and still, even though everything around it, the cells around it, are vibrating, moving at unbelievable speeds. And even as it moves at these unbelievable speeds, it still appears to be whole. Blood flows through veins, all spinning. And how are you the stillness in the midst of that movement? What are you if you can be aware of the vibrational speed of your body, that it is more space than it is any matter, and yet you are existing in it. And what is that? Something beyond even the atoms, beyond the electrons, beyond the molecules. Something still. And as you sense that centered space, it's the stillness inside you that all the atoms dance around. It's the centering force that holds them all in space to appear as a body. But it's very clear that you are not just this body. And that stillness is resting in the realm of silence. Not that I hear exactly silence, but there's a realm inside of me and inside of you that is still and silent. And that space is beyond thinking. And it cannot be destroyed. No knife can touch it. No hands can grab it. Nothing can ever harm it. And the centered you that is aware of the vibration that times the body and tunes the body. It tunes the body to be in existence on this planet. But the part of you that is tuning the body, that is the vibration, rests in stillness and silence. And we do this together. We all go back to the same still, silent space. And there is where we can address our hopelessness and our healing. And in this moment, be very careful, because as soon as we say that, what does the mind do? It wants to run with where that is and how to do it. It's okay. Just be aware that your mind wants you to leave this space and come join thought. So strengthen your focus by breathing in again. And it's so amazing to inhale a breath into a body that's spinning at such a rate, and yet when you look, you see me. Maybe. And focus there. Then breathe into that stillness again. And from this centered stillness, aware of the molecules of your body, we notice that we are not only interconnected in the energy vibration that we are, in that shared stillness and oneness, but we're also connected on a planet. And we can see ourselves still in the midst of a body that's moving, constantly spacious. And from this space, this still, centered space, we open to the love that we are, and we call that into our bodies. Focus so much on that centered stillness and the love that it is, and say to yourself that you allow that love to fill your body. To fill your feet, your legs, your thighs, your torso, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your face. And you allow it to fill your entire being with light. And isn't it interesting that this light shines through the vibrations, is touching each cell, each electron, the nucleus, all of it. And it seems to find the space between them all, and it begins to shine outside of your body. And you realize that you are not separate, that there seems to be an exchange between the edge of your arm and what appears to be space, that you can exchange with that area. And as you move out, that light that's coming from the inside of you, as it moves out and shines through your skin and through your body and through your cells, it can continue to extend, but we're only going to extend it about 3 feet. And from here, we're aware that this vibration of love is healing for the body. And we're going to love every aspect of our body. And notice how that feels to just acknowledge that. And as you love the cells of your body, love every cell. If there's a cell that's malfunctioning, love it. Extend love to any area of your body that's in conflict. And allow that love to nourish the vibration of the cells and the atoms. And here you are loving any pain, any wound, any cancer, anything, any area that needs healing. You let that love go to it. And you don't try to control it, because love does the work. And as you love the cells of your body, do you notice a shift in the energy of your body, the vibration of it, the tingling, any aspect? And as you notice that it does change the energy in your body, what have you done except focus and love? And yet you can feel it in your body. It's changing the way your cells spin. That's energy. That's love. And that's the reason you do not need to be hopeless. And as we love each and every aspect of our body, let's open up the top of our head and allow our connection to Source. And it doesn't have to be the top of your head. It could be your heart, wherever you find your connection, wherever you feel the most centered you, is also the space that goes directly back to Source. And we open to Source, merging with the love that we are and filling our body. And how does that change the vibration of the cells around you? And you may not can see them vibrating, but can you feel the difference in your body? And can you feel yourself centered inside of your body? It's almost like you can feel that you are your body, and also that you're not located in any particular place, and that you're located everywhere. And as we hold this space and recognize our centered self that is connected to Source directly, you are not separate from Source. You are the universe. We realize that this connection is bringing back a perspective to the universe. And that's how important you are. That the universe showed up as you, because that's who you are, in a body with a perspective. With a perspective that does not have to be couched in belief or thought. So we breathe in again, because I can feel the pull to want to come out, but let's breathe in. And as Source energy that we are, comes through this perspective and loves your body as well. And feel how that feels. And let it love any part of your body that's functioning properly or improperly. It doesn't matter, just love it. And feel the difference that it makes in your body. And this is energy and how energy works. And it doesn't matter how far away we think something is. The thing that's faster than the speed of light is our inner connection. And in this space, as we love our bodies, we extend that love also into our minds. We keep our focus on our heart, but we extend the love to our minds. And we allow that love to love every thought we have, no matter what that thought thinks. I deny no thought of mine love. I love every single thought that I have. Because I realize my thoughts are powerless unless I give them my focus. And more important than my thoughts receiving my focus is my thoughts receiving my love. And I love every thought. The hopeless thoughts, the sad thoughts, the happy thoughts, all thought, all belief. I love it. And I feel how my body feels as I receive and become aware of my connection to Source. Now we're all a unique perspective. I look at a situation and I have a unique perspective about it, as do you. So let's together look at health and healing for all of us. Let's take the perspective. We're not joining a thought. We're staying in this centered space. The being that you are has experiences and awarenesses and has lived through some things. But without believing that everything's already written in stone, or this means that, because believe it, a thought goes, well, I've got this, and that means that, but not in the realm of silence and stillness. That is you as Source. And love your body from there, and let's all love our bodies at the same time and express health to one another. We're not going towards anybody, we're not doing anything, we're just sharing the expression, the vibration of healing. We call that vibration to be expressed through our bodies, the expression of healing. In vibration and healing, there is a healing vibration. And since we are Source, we select that for our bodies to be loved with. And we share it out to this entire planet, but first we share it to our bodies. And you can imagine it as a color or whatever, ever how it works for you, but as Source energy, you can do this. And this is individual leadership. Controlling your focus. Guiding your focus. But not from the mind, from the being. And so we express healing vibrations to our body and the healing love to our body. And we don't overthink it. We don't imagine it doing anything in particular. We allow that love knows exactly how to heal us. Because my unique perspective is different from yours. And we're all carrying the awareness. See, this is a two-way communication, or actually it's more than two, but we'll go with two. Source is aware of my perspective. Source is aware of your perspective around healing. So let's share it to each other, because as a combination, we got quite a bit going on. So let's share it. And I share my healing love to you, and you share it to me. And then we'll share it to the world for everyone's mental health, for their physical health, their emotional health. And we keep that focus on our heart center, on the stillness and the silence. And because we are directly connected to Source, as is everyone, even the people we don't like, even the most heinous person on the planet, is connected to Source. And here we affect each other. So let's do the next thing. And we move our focus more sharply into our center. And we imagine an infinity symbol running through the center of this planet, big enough to embrace it. And we all notice that it has a rhythm to it. And we appreciate that rhythm. And isn't it interesting? It's in time with our own bodies. And this time we call forward the energy of healing for our planet. And the vibration of our cells dance with joy and merge with the air around us, which is immediate contact with our planet. And we love you. And we know that when we speak or send a vibration to water, that it's reflected in the water. And the water changes when it's loved. And we love every inch of water on this planet. And we love the atmosphere. We love the earth, the dirt, the mountains, the rocks. We love it all. And just as we felt inside of our own body the difference that it makes when we extend love to ourselves, we can feel the universe and the earth responding to our love for the earth and the planet. And when we are all in a more conscious state, and we all do this together across this entire planet, how quickly she will recover from the damage of climate change. See, it's not just, oh, the work we'll have to do. Part of it will be the individual leadership coming together in a community and loving this planet. And the ideas will be fostered on how to help heal her, but also from this conscious vibration, she will also experience healing. And guess what? She's alive. If anything's alive, it's Mama Earth, because gosh, look at all she does and provides. And you know what's so special about that? Is, can't you feel her loving you back? How does that feel to yourself? And she's not afraid. She's not concerned. She's got individual leadership. And now let's share peace to our planet, and every vibration on this planet. And just like when you open the love that you are to your body, and you open it up to every being on this planet, no matter what, who would we deny it? We wouldn't. And you love every single being. And it's so easy to love them. Because I'm not judging, I'm not thinking, I'm vibrating. And I'm sharing. And I can't control this love. I can't not send it to you. So let's send it to this entire planet and everyone on it. The vibration of peace and stillness. And no matter what any person is experiencing, whether it be war, domestic violence, hunger, poverty, I love you, and I don't get caught up in the circumstances. I'm too busy loving you right now. And you're too busy loving this entire planet to judge it. And just as that love affected the vibration of your own cells, it touches every single person on this planet, because our individual perspective ties back into the one, and we're all one there. And whether a person is aware or not aware, we're exchanging love right now. And let's exchange love to our friends, our families, our cities, our states, our countries, beyond our borders, beyond the end of the earth and the start of the ocean, to our atmosphere, and we share that love. And we love every person, whatever their current experience is, whether it's war or it's ease. We love you in that space, and you're important and you're cared for. And there is no one alone in a foxhole right now. There's no one dying alone. And let's love each other. Let's feel the response. Engage it going out. We'll take a breath in. And engage this peace energy going out. And we'll open. We'll open to the exchange of those souls beings that felt that love, unconsciously or consciously, loving us back. And sending peace back. And we know in this moment, because we are the universe, we do not have to be hopeless. Because we're here to guide this exact moment. And with love and peace, this planet is completely surrounded in that energy, because we are the universe. And we are not separate from each other. We're not separate from the cells of our body. we're not separate from the air around us. And in actuality, you are every vibration. And love and peace. And we call for the end of violence and conflict. We hold a vibration that feels so much more ease. And we share it. Do not be hopeless, because you are the vibration of the universe on this planet. You are not helpless. You are not hopeless. You are individually powerful, and it is time to lead yourself, to harness your focus and become aware of the being that you are, so that you can participate more fully in the love and the shift of consciousness on this planet. Because when you are near that vibration, it changes the space, because you are the space. And so love. And be open to the awarenesses that anyone gets about how to help support the planet, the people on the planet, and yourself. And so now that we have wrapped this love around the planet and we've exchanged, and though we do not have total awareness of the effects of this, this is your capacity. Remember, and the thing that's going to do it for you is the moment you feel hopeless, remember to center. And remember that this energy knows the desires of your heart, not of your mind, but of your heart. And is the active energy of creation of that happening. So have your heart's desires, the real desires, not the ones of the mind, but what you're truly here to enjoy. And you don't have to beg for it. You hold the space within yourself that creates and tunes the vibration of this body and perspective. And never think that you're your thoughts. And with that, we come back to feel our fingers and toes and enjoy the difference that you have spawned in this moment on the planet. And any time you, the universe, should choose to control your focus, you can do something. And if we're going to do it, let's do it from the most powerful space possible, which is the centered source of the universe that you are. Go big or go home, you know? Let's do that. Why do something less? Like worry, feel guilty, feel hopeless. It's a waste of the vibration that you are. But should you need to take a moment to feel hopeless, because sometimes we do, it's okay. Let that vibration move through you. And then return to this centered space where you adjust the vortex of your life. So let's feel our little fingers and toes. And thank you.